You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it.
Hello, Sharks, and welcome to Moments with Shai Will. Today, we have a very special guest, Keadi-Ann Williams, children's book author, and also CEO of Kdez Closet.
Hi.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, too, and thank you for taking the time for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, let's get into it. Which moment in your life inspired you to be a children's book author?
Well, Shai, I'm going to tell you something. If I was to tell you that I always knew I wanted to be a children's book author, that would be a lie. But I was that girl that had those diaries with the locks on them.
Oh, yes.
I used to love to write little poems and things of that nature. And I was that girl in school, especially when I got to high school. I would be writing poetry for my friends' girlfriends and things of that nature. Yes, I just love to write. And what I love about writing is that it can take you to a different place.
Yes.
You know, the imagination that's attached to writing is something that's awesome. And I realized that I had a gift when I was writing poetry and people would respond in such a way. And I'm like, wow, okay, maybe I have something here. And when I was younger than that, I used to love to read books like Nancy Drew and
Same
things
here. Nancy Drew, wow.
Yes, like I love mystery and the universe and those type, you know, the great unknown. I love creativity. And so I just kind of ran with it, you know what I mean? And I did not know that's what I wanted to do. I just know that I wanted to be an author one day. And nothing really ever came to me until I got into maybe my late 20s.
Okay.
God gave me an idea and I wrote it down.
Yes, you got to take it.
Oh yeah, and then I wrote one sentence. That was it for like a month and a half. That was it, just one sentence. And then that one sentence became a paragraph.
Yeah.
And then it became 3 pages.
Wow.
And then it became a book.
And here we go.
And here we go. And I was like, wow, I have something
You see,
here.
and that's a clear statement of, you know, you take small steps to get to the top of the mountain, but everyone is there's an urgency of going ahead and getting to the top.
Yeah.
And in those little steps, you need that.
Yeah.
Because that's the guidance that's going to build you too. That's
Of course.
great. I like the fact that you mentioned far as the diary with the locket. I had one of those.
Yes.
Did I just outdate myself? Because I know no one does that anymore. That is so cute. You just, brought me back as a child. My mom opened mines,
Right, because we always put the key where they can find it. We don't have anywhere to put it, really.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that brought such memories. So what is the most unethical practice as far as being a writer in the industry?
So I'm going to tell you something. A lot of companies, they really play on people's ignorance. You definitely have to do your homework.
Yeah.
Make sure you do your homework because you can do conventional publishing.
Yes.
And you can do self-publishing.
Yes.
And there's a lot of other options out there, but the conventional way I'm not really a huge fan of because they can change your work, and I didn't want the integrity of my work disturbed. That was really important to me.
Yeah.
It came from here, it came from God, and I didn't want anyone changing anything.
Yeah.
So they play on your ignorance. So if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, what do you want to do, what direction you're going in, what your options are.
Options, that's definitely
Options, that's the $1 million word. You know what I mean? So I would say that they play on people's ignorance, not all of them, a lot of them. And based on that, they can offer you anything. And maybe out of desperation or excitement, you can make a decision that you really don't want to make.
Right.
I would definitely suggest that the Bible says be anxious for nothing. Never be anxious for anything because what's meant to be will be.
Yes.
So you definitely want to do your homework.
I truly believe that too.
Yeah.
So What words or what advice can you give to people, someone that wants to be an author?
Don't force your creativity. If you have an idea and it's not panning out the way you want it to, it's okay. Sometimes I would have I would dream something and I would wake up in the middle of the night and, talk to text it because I'm still kind of halfway sleeping.
Yes.
Or I would go to restaurants with my friends and something would come to me and I would write it on a napkin and then take it home and add it to the book on my computer.
Yeah.
So don't force the creativity because you want to be like everyone else.
Oh, you facts. Yes,
Yeah.
please tell the sharks that. Say that again to them.
Do not force your creativity. Let it flow organically.
Yeah.
And also enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. And you're going to read your book 20 million times. That's very normal. And you're always going to find something wrong. That's something that I had to learn earlier on in the game. But trust me, you will know when it's done. You'll know it in your heart. You'll know.
I believe that too. That's just like what I'm doing now.
Hey.
I get it. I truly do. That's right, Sharks. We'll be right back.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything.
Learn and earn today at Miami-Dade College. College graduates earn 56% more than high school graduates and $1 million more in lifetime earnings. A degree from MDC is your path to greater earning power and career success. Choose from hundreds of affordable high-tech and in-demand career programs, including cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, business, and nursing. Learn and earn today at MDC and fast-track your career. Enroll now at mdc.edu/purpose.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it.
Welcome back, Sharks. You are tuned in to Moments with Shai Will. We have been speaking to Keadi-Ann, children's book author and CEO of Kdez Closet. So, I want to know, when did you realize you love fashion?
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to tell you a story. When I was very, very young, I would have to say maybe 6 years old, I would draw these jackets. I love jackets and kimonos and things like that. And I remember my grandfather said to me, I like this drawing, let's make it. And I was like, well, Grandpa, how do I do that? And he goes, imagination. So what he did was he got an old washcloth, he cut it, right? And he took a bandana. You remember those bandanas?
Yes.
The red ones, everybody had a bandana.
Yeah.
And he cut the arms for the jacket.
Wow.
So he helped me make a little jacket for my doll, my Barbie.
Not Barbie.
My Barbie. I had the Barbie car and everything, okay? But he helped me to make a jacket, a long jacket, out of the washcloth, and then the arms out of the bandana. And I had a little jacket.
That is so creative.
And I was like, Grandpa, how do you know how to do this? But my grandmother, she was a seamstress. So I guess watching her over the years, he learned a few things.
That is so nice.
It was.
It's very thoughtful, though, that he included himself into your dream.
Yes.
And something that you were passionate about
Yes.
when you were a young girl. Because sometimes for them, they're like, oh, she's going to phase out of it. That's not something she wants to do, you know?
Right.
That's nice. That's very nice. So how do you choose your items for Kdez Closet, and what makes Kdez Closet so unique?
So my slogan for my company is catering to your fashion needs with a unique sense of style. Women love to be different.
Yes, they do.
They want to be set apart from everyone else. She does. She really does. And I don't just, I make some of the items and I do buy some of the items. And I look for the most unique things. I don't only shop for myself, I shop for everyone.
And that's what I really wanted to know. Exactly.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Because I love everyone, whether
Yeah.
you're black, white, purple, whatever it is, you can always find something that you're gonna love with Kdez Closet. And I am really big on, being inclusive in that way.
Yes.
So I look for things that are weird, funky, fun, bold.
Bold. That's me.
Yes. Yes.
Dare to be different. I definitely like that. And of course, these came from Kdez Closet. You didn't even realize it.
I did, actually. I did when I walked
She didn't call
in.
it out, but yes, these earrings, I have a few items from Kdez Closet.
She
for
does.
Sure.
She's being modest. She has a lot of items.
I can't help it because a lot of your stuff are beautiful
Oh,
and
thank
and they
you.
are unique. But I wanted you to answer that question, of course.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
Yeah. So where do you see Kdez Closet in the next 3 years?
Oh my goodness. So I have really big dreams.
No, of course.
So in 3 years, I would love to be in a brick and mortar. Okay. And Kdez Closet is not only an online boutique, but I offer fashion services.
Yes.
So I do personal shopping. We can do wardrobe styling. We can also do closet makeovers. I mean, as small as you want or as big as you want. And I really want to push those things. And when you come into my store, and it's so crazy because I already have a dream about how I want it to look. And I'm big on sticking to exactly what it is that I want down to the quality.
Yeah.
So I would like to be in a brick and mortar and definitely push the online a whole lot more.
Yeah.
And there are some things that I have in store that I don't want to say just yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I see great things for Kdez Closet.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
good. We should dream big.
Always.
And people are like, there's certain things that I would say and they're like, oh, but you're not being realistic. I'm like, but this is my dream. This is not yours. And you don't have to accept it. That's fine.
Yes, you do not have to be realistic with your dreams. You don't. I feel like if you can think it, it can come through.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how ambitious you are, how hard you're willing to work, and also think outside of the box. You know what I mean? Your story doesn't have to be the same as mine.
No.
You know what I
it
mean?
doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And you're the one who's going to see it, and you can't wait for people's validation to believe in what it is that you're doing in your life. And that's anything, in
100%.
whatever career, even if it's like a daily goal, you cannot.
Right.
You have to believe in it.
Yeah.
And know that this is what I want and this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to be doing it just like you're doing it and I'm doing it as well, right?
And more importantly, don't share your dreams with people that are not going to support you, because that can be a deterrent.
Yeah.
If you have something inside of you that you want to come through, it's okay if you keep it inside and only share it with the people in your circle that's willing to have that same excitement and
Yes.
push you,
Yes.
you know what I mean, to get it done.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Because, every day is a new day. You'd be like,
Yes,
and I'm here and,
yes,
I'm kicking down the doors. I'm making it happen,
of course.
I
I love it.
All right, Sharks. Yes, we'll be right back.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything.
Learn and earn today at Miami-Dade College. College graduates earn 56% more than high school graduates and $1 million more in lifetime earnings. A degree from MDC is your path to greater earning power and career success. Choose from hundreds of affordable high-tech and in-demand career programs, including cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, business, and nursing. Learn and earn today at MDC and fast-track your career. Enroll now at mdc.edu/purpose.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling
Sharks, I'm glad you're still here with us. This is Moments with Shai Will. Now let's have some fun. Time for self-reflection. What's up, Keadi-Ann? How you doing over there?
I am doing fabulous.
Having a
Thanks for
good
having
time.
me. I am.
I have lots of questions.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
the first one is, what are 3 words that describes you best?
Oh my goodness. So I am very animated.
Yeah.
I'm dependable
Yeah. Yes.
and trustworthy.
I like that. Yeah. Animated. That's you on a given day.
I am, guys, I'm so animated. I don't know why I'm like this.
You still have that young girl inside of you, and I think that's great. You should have
Yeah,
that.
of course. It keeps you young.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. And dependable, you said, as well?
Yes.
So we can always call your name? Just call my name.
I love it.
When I'll come running. Okay. So your friends can always depend on you, and that's really good. That's great. You know,
Yeah.
you got to let the Sharks know, like, you know, like far as, you know, studying and having people to study with, far as your classmates, you know, because we're not going to always have the same classes as our friends, correct?
Of course. That's
you know,
so true.
Like even you when you were a student before.
Oh, yes. I tell you. Being a student, you know, when I was going to college, I was going to college full time. I had a full schedule. And sometimes I would have these breaks between classes. And I tell you, I want to just tell the students out there, if there's anything that you're struggling in, make sure you do everything you can to rectify that. If you're struggling in math, find yourself someone that's great in math and let them help you.
Yes.
You want to make sure that the areas where you're weak in, you want to strengthen those things.
Yes.
And any and everything is possible. Do not feel discouraged. Be encouraged that you can overcome anything.
That's very true. I feel exactly the same way because, you know, there is some subjects, it's not my best friend, but we going to become friends.
That's right.
We going to make it work because I need this.
Right.
And, you know, you feel great at the end of it all because you've actually applied yourself.
Yes.
And that's the thing, you know, let's not give up. And that's one thing about me. There's times that I've given up, but I'm like, what am I doing? This is what I want. I want to make
That's
it
never
happen.
an option.
It's part of being human too. So,
Yeah.
you know, and then you feel so good, the reward
Yes.
of
It's
overcoming.
gratifying. Yes.
It's an amazing feeling, you know. I can't describe it. It's just a feeling that I have.
Yes.
So another question: what motivates you to work harder?
Wanting a better life. You know, when I was growing up, my parents always made sure that we lived well.
Yeah.
And I saw how hard they worked. And I always said to myself, you know what? I really want to put myself in a position where when it's time, I can take really, really good care of them.
Yeah.
I see myself having a certain type of lifestyle. And that does, like it doesn't have to be like crazy, ridiculous, over the top, but I know what I need for me.
Exactly.
And I know what that looks like for me. So until I get to that place, I can't stop.
No.
You know what I mean? I was reading this book, and in the book it said that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income.
I've seen that before.
Right? So I thought to myself, okay, well, I have a lot of work to do.
Yes.
Because I've also seen some people work their entire lives, and they waited to retirement age to enjoy their life, and then they pass. And it's so sad. I don't want to be that person.
No.
I want to enjoy life right now.
And that's what I'm doing right now.
Yes.
I'm working hard. I get up early, you know, I get things done.
Yes.
Try not to procrastinate, you know, because
Yes.
that can like crush everything.
Oh, yes.
And then, you know, there's consequences that come with that procrastination.
But you know what? Let's talk about the word procrastinate for a minute. I also am a believer that nothing happens before it's time. Like, I can go back to my book. When I wrote this book, it was 8 years ago.
Wow.
And at the time when I wrote the book, it wasn't ready to be published. It kind of went through some changes because of the changes I went through in my life.
Wow, that's deep.
this is one of the reasons why I say don't force the creativity. So sometimes you look at it like, oh, I'm procrastinating, but maybe your character needs a little bit more molding in order for you to get where you need to go. Does that make sense?
Yes, listen, hello, self-reflection. I'm all for it, girlfriend. Okay, this is how I was able to know who Shai Will is.
Right.
And what am I gonna do to become a better individual?
Yeah.
Not just for myself, for my family, for the world, so on and so on.
100%.
So I'm good with that. And I love the truth. Tell me the truth, you know?
Yeah.
That's all a part about self-reflection in my book, you know? And also, like, your book, does it have any relations to your childhood?
Oh my goodness, yes. So I'm gonna show you guys the book. This is the book, Elliot Goes to Earth.
Yes.
And there's very interesting things about this book. When I was a kid, I used to live in a place called Red Hills, Kingston. And in Red Hills, Kingston, there was a little area by a park. And in this park, there were a few things. Of course, it had the street name. And in addition to having the street name, there was a little patch of grass. So I actually filtered a lot of my life into this book, especially areas of my life where I was growing up and where I came from. So when you do get the book, you're gonna see, this is what I was looking for, guys. So you're gonna see this here. This is the name of the street that I grew up on.
Nice.
This patch of grass actually exists on that same street that I grew up in. So yes, I did implement pieces of my childhood into this book.
So creative.
Thank you.
And that's thoughtful to share because, you know, you have to share your stories. You never know who you're uplifting.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you know, you don't really think about that when you start writing, but as I have met parents that purchase the book for their kids and they give me their thoughts, I'm so humbled that this thought became a thing.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? It's a thought that became a thing and now it is influencing.
Yes.
And that in itself is so humbling to me because I just never knew that this thing that, you know, this thought that became a thing is actually doing something amazing.
It's basically,
here.
yeah, it's basically a dream that you brought to life.
Right. And that in itself is beautiful.
And you've done it.
Thank
and you're
you.
still doing it. And that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
giving this to you. Sorry, I don't have an award, but I can clap for you.
No, that's fine. Thank you so much.
Yeah, most definitely, you know, and thank you for taking the time for being here.
Yes, I really enjoyed myself. Thank you so much.
And then, so where can we purchase your book?
So this book is published internationally.
Okay.
Any major platform, Amazon, you can get on Walmart, Target, everywhere has the book.
Okay.
Or you can get it from my website, which is kdezcloset.com, KDEZcloset.com, and check out some fashions while you're on
You
there.
know, like these earrings that I got from
Yes.
her and the other things I got. But thank you again for being here, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. So it was such a pleasure having Keadi-Ann Williams. And thanks for tuning in to Moments with Shai Will. And I'll see you guys again. Bye, Sharks.
Bye, Sharks.